What is up, plant community? If you like my videos, go ahead and give me a like, share, subscribe. It helps me out and it helps the channel out. So, today I'm going to be doing a midsummer prune of my Poinsettia bonsai. And the leaves have gotten quite small, so that's good. Leaves are gotten small. There's some dead foliage on the ground I have to pick up, and there's some dead foliage even within the tree that I have to pick. But I'm going to show you one of my bonsais real quick. So over here we have my hibiscus bonsai. Look at that beautiful flower. Uh, I've never seen them flower like that. I think my tree is very healthy if it has a flower like that. So I think I did the right thing by giving it a root prune and all that. But of course, I do have some dead branches that will have to be dealt with. And a little bit of update there. It is starting to bud back. So that means the tree was healthy enough that it was, of course, able to back bud. Alright, but this isn't an update video. This is to handle the poinsettia bonsai specifically. So, I got some dead foliage down here, so I'll start by taking some of that out. Because there's no reason for it to be there. I ain't got nothing to really handle it. Or for it to become some type of natural fertilizer. Got some dead foliage there. Of course, I do need to plant this in some natural bonsai soil eventually, but for now, I'm just going to leave it, because when I did repot it, I put it in natural, well-draining soil, which is why it has all the stuff in there. So I guess it's kind of similar to bonsai soil, but not quite. Alright, that looks like that's going to be it. Alright. So, let's look at the front here of the tree. So, whenever I look at a picture of them, I notice they kind of have a flat canopy. It's kind of like an African canopy, but I need to reduce it to keep it kind of small, keep it compact. So, that's what I'm going to do. So, I have a branch here, and it looks like what it does is it flows up, and we got some offshoots right there. So, the offshoots are nice, and they're fairly small already. So I might take my pruners here. 1 minute. Alright, I guess I should have had these open to begin with. So, got some branching here, which I like. So I'll come in, cut right there, and that's gone. That reduces that back and gives me options in the future to prune back to. Alright, so we got this guy, which is growing really strong, really vigorously. I like that, so we'll just kind of not do much, maybe give him a pinch. And he's gone. Okay. Oh, of course the fan would come on. Alright, so I'm going to have to talk a bit louder now because of the fan. I'm sorry about that. We have central AC. Let's see here. This could just be pinched back, I feel. We'll see if I'll need to do anything directionally later. Because it's going good. I just want to get some branching, so we'll just kind of pinch it, see what it does. This one's a bit different. I want it to come out more towards the side, so we'll pinch at just to get that effect on this. Alright, like that. We'll pinch it. Actually, I got one growing in the back already I like, to be honest. It's growing just... Maybe I'll cut that back more severely. So, maybe if I can get in there, I need better pruners. Okay. Yeah, it's got that reduced back quite a bit. That's fine. We'll keep that one. Okay. Looking in the back. There's a lot that could be done. I mean, not really a lot. I mean, like, for more branching to come back is what I mean. There's a lot that could be done there in that type of magnitude. So I'll think I'll do that. I'll pinch this right in there. We'll pinch at... Man, this might just be a video of pinching. Because, man, it looks so vigorous on the table. And then it's like, oh, well, you're not really all that vigorous, are you? Then I guess the top here will just kind of pinch. We'll pinch it right there. Pinch. That should stimulate some more branching. Then we can get some more branching right there. I want to shorten him. So we'll go there. We'll let him grow a bit because I don't want that branch crossing this branch. So we'll wait to see what happens with this guy right there. So that way maybe he could flow better out. Well, actually, he could flow right there if I wanted to. So we'll just kind of pinch him back. We'll let this one grow a bit more before we do anything. We got a leaf growing on the inside. Come in there, take these away. That's really all I can do on this guy. Be careful with the sap, by the way, because sometimes the sap can get on you, and if you're allergic to the sap, it can be a irritant. I'll get rid of that leaf too. That leaf's kind of big. There we go. So, yeah, just be a bit cautionary. Alright, so I guess I can just take him and put him back on the grow table. That's about all I took off today. Could I take these and make them into cuttings? I could, but I just don't have luck with poinsettias like that. Only when they're a bonsai, I have luck with them. And I didn't even think I was gonna have luck with this originally being a bonsai, but yeah, okay, so I think that's really it. That's all there is to it. Not really much, just more pinching really than it was anything. Kind of get some light down to the branches down here to help it grow a bit more and made it look a bit more sparse. Made it look more like a wild poinsettia in the wild, which is what I'm trying to simulate. Um, alright, so we'll just take him and put him back. Alright, I am back with a different tree this time. Since that video was so short, and there's a lot of trees I need to work on, I figured I'd work on my double trunk tiger bark ficus tree. Um, my uncle had a tiger bark ficus in an S shape that I gave him, and I decided to take a cutting from it, root it, and it's been doing good for me ever since. I did have a bit of dieback on this tree over the winter. This part of the trunk just completely died back for some reason. I don't know why it did die back, but I put it outside. It's been growing. It's been growing really well. This used to be a weaker trunk, and what I do is I take the branches and pinch them back from the leaves because I wanted the trunk quite a bit higher, but I wanted to keep it quite small as well. Um, so yeah, this cutting's been doing really good for me. All my other cuttings, of course, died, so I did get one. I found out it does produce figs, which is interesting. All right, so I need to get working on it now. So I have some lower branches. I don't want those lower branches. They're just too low. Way too low. Of course, I could take some and make a cutting like this would make a nice cutting for anybody who wants to grow it like a normal ficus or grow it as a potential bonsai. Oh, wow. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. There was lots of screaming for some unknown reason. So I'll take this, cut that back. That too will make a, well, I better get that. Not mean for that to fall like that. That too will make a nice little cutting. I will try to get close to it as I can, make it flush. As flush as I can make the cut wounds, because I still ain't got good bonsai tools to get to it like that and carve, which I don't want to carve here. That looks like that could be a little node. I don't want that either. Alright, now we're stuck with this leaf here. I don't need that leaf. And I don't want that one either. This is technically, I guess you could call it a pre-bonsai. It's not in proper bonsai soil yet. But it's getting there. Um, we'll let this one grow some more before we do any work on it. It's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only got 6 leaves. I could pinch it back, but I wanted to get as tall as this tree, kind of have it to where maybe one side struggled and one side did really great with life. So I did keep a few of these leaves whenever I trimmed it back originally because it kind of needed those, which it doesn't no more, so off they come. There we go. So what that will allow me to do is it will allow my trunk to thicken up way more now, way more than it originally was, which is good because what most people don't know is on ficus tree. Oh, I forgot one. Is on ficus trees, all the sap will flow to the leaves and make it harder for that trunk to actually thicken up. So I want the trunk to thicken up, and the only way I'm going to truly get to thicken up, wow, a leaf jumped all the way up there. The only way I'm truly going to get it to thicken up is if I work on it and get those bottom leaves off. So like here we got some branching. We don't need these bottom leaves like that. We can take those off. Okay, that's gonna be difficult. Give me 1 minute here. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. As I was trimming, I found more leaves like that, and so I just really had to work on them. So far, that really cleaned the structure up right there. Could I do any pruning? I could do maybe a little bit of directional pruning, but as I'm looking, not really a whole lot of branch selections yet. Not really a whole lot of things to do. Um, just really kind of needed to clean the structure up a bit more, make it easier to where it can get water down to the pot itself, the bonsai training pot, and get these lower leaves off. That too was making it quite difficult to water, but other than that, that's good right there for right now for the time being. And then I'll just let it grow and let the sap flow up to the trunk, and it will thicken up the trunk. And as the wind blows too, that's another thing. I'll thicken it up, and we'll make it a better tree. All right, that's all I have for you for today. I'll be doing, of course, some more trimming of my bonsais. I'll probably go ahead and do an update on some of my bonsai trees, because why not? All right, I am in the area of my bonsai trees. So, yeah, my Bachira aquatica bonsai forest. As you remember, last time it was thrown up against my other bonsais. It's doing good. Got new growth on the newer trees. This has gotten new growth, but it's a little right now. I'm actually glad it's getting new growth on it now. I was actually really worried about it whenever that happened. Um, th- I really just knocked a bud off of that. Oh no, I did not know they were that delicate, or I would have never touched it. I feel like I just killed a flower there. Um, anyways, this is my hibiscus bonsai, the one with the beautiful hibiscus flower on it. I'm not sure if it's a hybrid, because I've never seen that type of flower on it. That or is just really healthy. Comment down below if you know if it's some sort of hybrid hibiscus or not. Anyways, it's doing really good. My Fujian tea tree is starting to get out of a portion. Need to trim that back. Landscape is doing fairly good, besides one of my bamboos died. Fake bamboos. It's the asparagus fern over there. Then we have my weeping fig I'm going to be working on eventually. It already looks like a miniature tree in the pot. It is a variegated weeping fig. Doing really good. Not very variegated, but it'll get there. And then over here, we have my Ficus ginseng. Gonna put a little Yoda there. I'm gonna put Yoda there because I can. He's gonna look like a cute little Yoda on Mustafar, I think it is. Anyways, it's doing good. Gotten some new growth on it. Doing really good. Then we have my Ficus Little Leaf. I like to put a little zang to it and call it Oso Little Leaf, but anyways, it's doing really good. Moss is starting to kind of expand on the bottom there. Um, I did have issues with it. There is a bit of dead branches in there. One winter I was doing something with a friend and I forgot to water it before I left, and I just had massive dieback on this side, which is why one side is fuller than the other, and hopefully that'll be balanced out in the future. So here we have my Norfolk Island pine bonsai forest. The sand is a little messed up right now, but you know what? I don't mind it. That is alright. It makes it look even more natural. It needs trimmed back too. These guys here, I found out, can be bonsaied as well. I like them because they remind me of a ginkgo in this Jurassic style forest. Alright, then if we gotta kind of move out of the way here, I did go ahead and bonsai my friend's tree right here, the rubber tree or Ficus burgundy, because I got one over there, kind of see it blowing in the wind. I don't really need two burgundies. The leaves on these get quite massive, and I won't have room for them. So I've got a fiddle leaf fig and a burgundy, and I've got a Ficus religiosa. I just have a lot of trees that I grow normally and not just bonsai. It's like I don't need two burgundies in my room taking up space and taking up room. So I went ahead and bonsai it. It's going to be quite a large bonsai tree because they get quite large leaves. So that was the newest leaf it put out before I pinched it, and boy, do they bleed. I felt bad doing it, honestly, because it just bled and bled and bled. It just would not stop bleeding. It made me feel horrible. Anyways, it's doing good. I have yet to see any budding coming from the leaves for branching, but I'm sure that'll come with time. My little maples down there that I collected as seeds are doing really well. One is doing better than the other two, but that'll come with time. These are my newest weeping figs. They came off my original guy over here that I am growing as a normal tree. They will be bonsais eventually. I'm hoping to develop them and maybe sell them. I don't want to sell them as cuttings because I don't want somebody to get them and then they just fell on them. So I want to make sure that they're developed first, and then they can wire them, do whatever. And then down here, I have the variegated ficus cuttings that will also need to be worked on. And then over there, I got one ficus cutting. I had put these two in there because I'm not sure they'll fit. So, but I definitely got way more variegated cuttings than I do of the normal cuttings. Um, but yeah, I just want to make sure that they take the bonsaiing too, because I don't want somebody to buy them off of me and then they root prune them and they do everything they're supposed to make them into a bonsai and they just collapse and die. I want to make sure that they're well rooted into the pot as well. And then also going over here, I have my popcorn plant. Looks like it's starting to close up its leaves. It was tall, and I went ahead did a big chop. I was like, I want it to be a medium bonsai, and I don't know why those are droopy like that. It just must be because it's tender foliage. But it's doing good. It's back budding, so I'm getting some branching. Hopefully, I could develop it into a nice bonsai. I have yet to root prune it. I want to make sure that it can take to the top pruning first before I do any root pruning down below. Alright, going over on the other side. Alright, going over here, we have my boxwood, which I'll have to pot that up in the spring. I don't want to do it in the winter, but it's doing good. It's gotten a lot of back bud. It's looking bushy again. And then here we have my poor man's bonsai, which is just a dandelion I pulled out of the ground, and the trunk's thickened up. I could probably lift it a little more out of the pot and see how that root system is doing. I did forget to water it, and I was gone for a while, and being in a small pot, it just didn't hold on to the moisture like I thought it would. So I thought, it'll be fine. I should have probably watered it again before I left, and all the foliage died. But it's putting out new foliage, so it's doing good, and it's got a Y-shaped branching type of thing going on. So hopefully I can develop it and get some better branching on it. And then of course, we have my asparagus fern, which I think would make a great accent plant to a bonsai of some sort. I'm really thinking an accent plant to that, but I've already kind of got the accents, don't I? They're right there. Um, all right. Anyways, that is all the updates on the bonsais. Well, I forgot to show the deserts, haven't I? I better go over there and do that. All right, going over here. Yeah, I forgot to mention about some of the desert bonsai. So here we have my jade bonsai forest, getting quite thick in the canopy over there, but doing good. Here we have my rock fig bonsai. Um, Slowly growing. I think it's slowly growing because it kind of has a canopy of all the other bonsais right there. But it's it's doing something. That's one thing I can say is at least it's doing something. And then over there we have my carassulas, which are also slowly growing. I think they'll really put out the growth during the winter time, whenever I bring them in, where they get more light. But otherwise than that, all the bonsais are still alive, doing well, and doing quite good. And they are still healthy. Other than that, that's really about all I got for you guys. Have a good rest of the day.